Hi, my name's Mandy and welcome to my YouTube channel, Picty Stitch Life is So Creative. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a challenge called Show Us Your Stash 2020. This is a collaboration from Dani from PocketorTwo and Siân from Kittenish behaviour, and I'll put both the links down below. Okay, so let's start with Show Us Your Stash. I've got quite a bit of fabric to show you, so I'll start off by giving you a quick glimpse of where I store it, and then we'll get on to the questions. So like everyone else, I tend to use IKEA for my storage. I think this is for laundry, but I use this for my quilting cottons and projects what are on the go. And on top of that, I have some boxes that I use for quilting cotton scraps. There's some more boxes behind that material as well. So this is some of my fabric stash. This is mainly for skirts. I've purchased this, so I think I bought that from Abercorns. That was from Sew Over It. So yeah, they usually go into one of my cupboards, but I've just brought them out to show you, and then I'll show you my main storage. Whoops, this is my main storage. It's an IKEA shelving unit which I've got in my craft room. So the bottom two tiers are all quilting cottons. Oh, where's my pointer finger? I can see it. So these are all, I think, about 2 or 3 meters worth, and on the bottom I've used the IKEA drawer liners. I think they're for drawers, which have got all my fat quarters in and boxes of fabric. But we're not interested in quilting cottons today, so we'll go to the top 2 shelves, which are all my dressmaking fabric. So this is all fabric I've purchased for the purpose of making blouses. We have some brocades which I've purchased to make jackets or suits, and at the top of that there are some jerseys, some knit fabrics. So to the left I have all my fabrics I've purchased to make either suits or jackets, or a coat maybe. There's some stretch at the top there, some stretch wool. Here in the middle shelf, and I've come up a bit closer, these are all fabrics what I've purchased to make skirts with. Then suits, I think, as we point there, that I bought from Abercorn quite a while ago. This I bought from Sew Over It. I think I bought that about 3 years ago to make one of the coats with. More suiting fabrics, some lace, and then here are all fabrics I've purchased to make dresses with, because these are all at least 3 meters long, 3 yards. These are mainly here Gertie fabrics, which I was lucky enough to purchase on a trip to the States, and also those brocades as well. Some of those are from the Gertie collection. Quite a lot to be going on with. It's a bit très embarrassing. So I can just imagine some of you saying, what the? It's a bit embarrassing, all that fabric. And I have got a confession that there is some fabric missing from there, which is in the spare bedroom, and I've got some in my dining room. My partner said all my craft is sort of creeping all over the house. Never mind, he's got the garage and a shed for his fishing tranklement, so he can't complain too much. This question is, show us your so the first question Oh dear, start again. So the first question is, what is your favourite fabric? Now, I have got quite a few, but I had to wingle it down to this. And this is a fabric from the Gretchen Hirsch collection. I think this was 2014 actually. I think I bought this a few years back from Joann's. It's a cotton sateen. It looks like hibiscus flowers. Really soft. I love it. And I've got enough to make a dress. So yeah, this is my favourite fabric. So such a favourite, I haven't got the heart cut into it. Second question is, which is your oldest fabric? And this has to be this, I think it's a taffeta. I think I purchased this, I bet it's about 8 years ago. It might be 6 or 8 years ago. But I've had this in my stash for a very long time. In fact, the shop is no longer selling fabrics. So, I don't know what's happened with the camera there. It's gone a bit grainy. So, I think this is like a brown taffeta, and I bought this with the idea of making a dress, but since then I've decided I perhaps would like to make a nice long evening jacket with it. So the next question is what you're scared to cut into, and I think I've got to say it is this Liberty Lawn fabric. This was purchased quite a few months ago from Sew Over It. It's a Liberty Lawn fabric. For the astute of you might recognise this. It's on one of the boards in the sewing bee, on the programme, the sewing bee. So yeah, I purchased this with the idea of making a blouse, but it hasn't got a lot of drape in it because it's a lawn. So yeah, I think it'll be sort of like a Peter Pan or like a shirt. But that's what I bought that for. And the next one is, you don't like this. I do like this category. You don't have a clue what to do with it. So, and here is the winner. I bought this from the States. It's just a piece. I think I had the idea of making a snazzy top with this. I haven't got round to it. Oh dear. Now the next one is the next category is a fabric with a story behind it. So I chose this. It is a moustache. I don't ever intend to cut it up, but I think it was a curtain in my mum's house from the 50s. It's got it's a Mexican influence on it there. The sombrero and the cacti. I love this because of all the vibrant colours, and I can see where she would have threaded the wire through, because they would use just wires with a hook and eye to hang the curtains in them days. And I can remember this fabric, I think that was in the kitchen, and as you can see, the sort of like cotton. A lot of houses had these sort of curtains, this fabric in the 50s. So that's fabric with a story, and I'm not quite sure why I've got 2 odd pieces, but there we go. And then we've got precious fabric and why. Well, this is very precious to me. It is a brocade. And I purchased this from Joann's. I'm not quite sure whether this was in the Gertie range, but anyhow, as you can see, I'll put it up close and you can see the colours. It's like a turquoise and gold, and yeah, I just haven't got the desire to cut into this at all. It's very it's very precious to me because it reminds me of an era I am very fond memories of, and that's the 60s. And I can just imagine the ladies wearing a little suit made of this. Now I thought this would make a nice evening coat for when you go out at night time to a special place like the theatre. So that's my precious one. Dream fabric, I haven't got a dream fabric because I can only dream about it, and the one I dream about most is some silk, the silk fabrics from a online web store called Till the Sun Goes Down. Up until a few weeks ago I had the swatches, but there was some beautiful, and I'll just put a picture in, some beautiful fabrics that they sell on their website. So I can't really justify buying any more, as you can surely agree with me, but that would be a dream fabric to purchase. And also some boucle from Linton Tweed. That would be another dream fabric, but we can only but dream. And then the last one is, where do you keep your stash? Well, you've just seen where I keep my stash, in my little craft room. I watched a vlog the other day from Jane from Lippy Mabel, and she was sorting all the fabrics out and showing you how she folded them and stored them, and it inspired me to do mine. I hope you enjoyed this quick whistle-stop tour of my fabrics, and I thought it was a really good challenge, and yeah, I've enjoyed answering those questions. Thank you to Dani from PocketorTwo and from Siân from Kittenish Behaviour. So yeah, hope to keep you posted about the progress of sewing this lot up. Until then, bye.